Are you supposed to pay me?
I paid you the app.
It says 0. It says that you left nothing.
It's supposed to tip.
Yeah.
I didn't tip. Can I have my food? Mommy! She just brought the food on the ground! Why? Because I didn't tip!
Listen, man, keep taking these type of chances. Sooner or later, you're going to meet your match. And by your match, I mean you're going to meet somebody who feels how they feel too and are just as impulsive as you, if not worse, and that is willing to take it much farther than you're willing to take it. Because, listen, I don't know why we're playing with people like this, especially from an entitled place. I don't know when we started feeling entitled to what other people had to dish out of their pocket, of their hard-earned money to begin with. But, hey, that's crazy, though.
It started as a normal pizza delivery. The delivery guy hands over the pizza, but he's clearly not happy with his tip, and he has some strong words for the homeowner.
I just want to say, it's a nice house for a $5 tip.
You're welcome.
You.
That was rude. The total cost of her order of breadsticks and a medium pizza, $22.78. So the $5 she gave the DoorDash delivery guy comes out to a 22% tip. It started as a...
Yeah, and you see, they be trying to say little passive aggressive things, like you can't say something back. Oh, this is a nice house for a $5 tip. Yeah, I see you got a nice able body. Get you a second job. But see, if you'd have said that to him, all of a sudden now we gonna be going back and forth on my front yard, my front lawn, which I'm not gonna do. So you're ultimately gonna escalate it somewhere where it really didn't have to be to begin with. And see, you say something like that to me, man, I want my $5 tip back. See, that's what we don't really think about. Dude, you say something slick to me after you done handed me my food and all this. Like, did we forget what the point of a tip was? The point of a tip is for excellent service. If you don't want it, I'll take it back. How are you still going to take the money and be feeling some type of way? If you're going to really stand on your square like that, then just go ahead. Then what you should really say is, hey, I'm going to be sending this back to you. Or you could pull out a fresh $5, say, hey, you can keep your $5. I'm cool. You know, this is a nice house. All you got to give me is a $5. Don't patronize me. If you really want to take it that far. Y'all, before we get into the next clips, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And it's really just a click. So if you're here anyway, you might as well click that like button. And also, if you can hype the video as well.
And this one goes to the DoorDash customer. You have lost your everlasting mind. No way that anybody can tell me this order makes sense. $5.15 for 12 miles, and both orders go to the same customer. That lets me know that that customer did not leave no tip. And no, I'm not finna risk it. I'm not finna risk going to another county to deliver. What in your right mind do you think that anybody would want to deliver that at 1:30 in the morning? It'll be 2:30 by the time I deliver that. No, I doubt anybody's gonna go get that. Racetrack and McDonald's is slow as ever, and Racetrack take their time too. Like, nah, that really triggered me, guys. That has triggered the mess out of me. $5.15 for $12 at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not for $12. He meant for 12 miles. That is a little steep. Yeah, that's crazy. That's no profit at all.
DoorDash, you ought to be ashamed too, because you only want to pay $5.15. No, decline, and I will gladly do it. And this one goes to...
Yeah, and this is the point that I'm making. We'll have this smoke for the customers at their front yard. We'll be that bold. Why don't y'all bring this frustration to DoorDash's front yard at their corporate building? Why y'all not doing that? You'll take chances with other people who's struggling too. Who maybe they got to order their food because they work so much or whatever. Who knows? But why don't you have that same smoke for the corporation who is really the one who is benefiting out of this. They're doing great as far as their profits are concerned, which that should trouble you, because that should mean that the business on your side may not be on the up and up. And so to take that smoke out for the customer, when really they should just give you all a better allocation of the profits, since you're the ones who are really on the ground level doing things, but they've decided that they're going to try to push that off on the customer. DoorDash, I'm referring to. I just think it's misguided anger.
DoorDash is advising customers to tip their delivery people or expect to wait. The delivery service has been testing a warning message for customers who leave a $0 tip at checkout, saying it could take longer to get your food. That's because delivery drivers are less likely to accept orders without a tip.
Yep. Yeah, so I've heard that it's like this little pop-up box that comes up that says, are you sure that you don't want to tip more than $0? Because it could take a while to get your food. Because the orders just get kicked around driver to driver because nobody wants to take it for a $0 tip.
DoorDash is advising customers to tip.
You know, ain't that convenient? And see, this is what DoorDash try to do. They're trying to take the spotlight off themselves and basically come from the standpoint, hey, we're with you. Hey, drivers, we're going to publicly advocate on your behalf for them to tip you. When really, you're the person that we need to be advocating about. And I'm referring to DoorDash. DoorDash, you're the person who needs to be dishing out more money, if we're being honest. Because, and see, somebody left a comment too, and I agree with this comment. The comment says, simple fix, stop using DoorDash. Yep. It's just that easy. But see, what I've realized is I didn't know that the DoorDash conversation was such a controversial conversation. When I say controversial, I just mean that it splits comment sections up. And here's what I mean. It splits up the comment section as far as how people feel about it, because there are a lot of DoorDash drivers. I didn't realize there was so many people who rely on DoorDash as far as who are drivers. So they're naturally going to be biased on the side of, yeah, tip more. They're just going to go for the tip more because they just want more money directly now. And it's easier to try to force the consumer than to actually do what the right thing is to do, which is actually hold the corporation accountable. The consumer, you can actually see that person and apply pressure. The corporation, you ain't never going to see the CEO. You don't even know who's the face that you need to be trying to, hold accountable. And so this is what we see. And again, it's going to divide the comment section because it's just people using it. But the bottom line is that DoorDash needs to pay more.
My DoorDasher just destroyed my entire DoorDash order because I didn't leave a tip. Now, this may be divisive for some people, but I didn't have the money to leave a tip. I just wanted some DoorDash. I just really wanted some DoorDash. So, let me explain what happened here. I got DoorDash this morning because my wife loves coffee. She loves a medium latte from Dunkin' Donuts. It's her favorite thing to get. So, I decide to, before she wakes up.
I can't wait to see these comments on here. I can't wait to see these comments.
Latte from Dunkin' Donuts. It's her favorite thing to get. So I decide to, before she wakes up, get a medium latte from Dunkin' Donuts. Next thing to wake up to, she wants a strawberry donut. I got her order memorized. We got it synced. We're locked in. Neuralink. I am just baffled. It takes 2 hours to get the order. So I'm like, okay, all right. So I didn't leave a tip. Now, this is going to probably spark some debate here immediately upon me not leaving a tip. I just didn't have the money to leave a tip. I really didn't. I just wanted some DoorDash. And I didn't have the means to leave because my wife freaks out when I leave in the morning.
It sounds like he may have a car, but this is this is a segment that we have to address as well. There's a lot of people who are really struggling. And when I say really struggling, you'll be like, you shouldn't be ordering DoorDash if you don't have the money to tip. Basically, like it's a luxury service or something. But what we forget about is there's people who are really struggling. And by really struggling, I mean they don't even have a vehicle, they don't have transportation. So, in time and money that it will require for them to, I mean, think about it. It may still cost him $5 to actually take public transportation to go to Dunkin' Donuts. And that's not even accounting for the time. It might also take 2 hours for him to complete the journey, 2.5 hours to ultimately get back with his Dunkin' Donuts. So it may just make more sense for a lot of people to order DoorDash, but they don't have the money, especially to tip, because they already had to pay the delivery fee. What are we paying the delivery fee for then? You got to pay for the food. You got to pay a delivery fee. Of course, we always gonna have to pay taxes. And it's like we just keep adding fees on people. And so there's a lot of people in poverty who just don't have transportation. And shoot, they're like, man, this is my off day. I don't want to spend 3 hours trying to travel to Dunkin' Donuts. And it's still going to be the money of the delivery fee. But then you add the tip on there too. And that just kind of breaks people as far as, I think it should just, DoorDash needs to just either bake it in. But see, they're always going to find a way to add that tip on top. Even if they baked in the tip into the how much it costs to do the trip or the delivery fee, they would still find a way to put a tip again. So that's why it'll really never be solved.
I really didn't. I just want some DoorDash, and I didn't have the means to leave because my wife freaks out when I leave in the morning because she likes waking up next to me. It's like her favorite thing to do. So I come downstairs and I sit right here. Right, I sit right here. I'm still in the building. So just in case my wife wants to know where I'm at, I can rush back upstairs. She doesn't freak out because she just has attachment issues. So we're just going to get out the way. So I'm like, cool. And I freak out too. Not going to lie, I have attachment issues too. I love being next to my wife. So let's get into this. The person comes up and they immediately see me and their eyes turn red and I get confused. I'm very perplexed. And they say, "You the bro didn't leave a tip?" And immediately this happens. He tosses it down. I'm a little bit confused. Why'd you toss it down? It was strange. It immediately tossed my drink down. I was confused. My drink is right there. Just tossed my drink down from not leaving a tip. I was a little bit perplexed. I said, "Why'd you do that?" He said, "Have a good day." And he walked away. Now, naturally, I should expect this. I'm in Detroit.
Nah, man, he waited to see who it was. That's why he came to the door. He waited to see. He ain't going to do that with everybody. Whoever that was, he ain't going to do that with everybody, especially in Detroit. But he waited and he saw it was you. And then that's when he felt comfortable to basically kind of bully you about the tip. Because this guy is more like an emo, goth type of guy. So once he saw him, all of a sudden now he felt extra entitled. And he felt that he could basically just disrespect him.
And he walked away. Now, naturally, I should expect this. I'm in Detroit. I should just know this. This should be par for the course. But it really messed me up. Is a tip that serious? Is that real? Is that a real thing? DoorDashers, I know you can see the tip. I understand that. But to destroy an entire order over the monetary value of what I just wanted this morning is insane. To waste the entire thing. It's still there. I'm just looking at it. I'm not cleaning it up. It's really insane to me to do something like that. That feels partially, I don't know, a bit of an overreaction. A slight bit of an overreaction, in my opinion. Maybe I'm psychotic. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe my soul is left adrift.
Maybe he was also waiting to get to the door and see if the guy was going to give him a cash tip. That's also possible. Maybe that's why he waited. Maybe he was like, "Oh, you just not giving no tip." And then that's when he did it.
It's dumb. Maybe that might be me, but this feels like a bit of an overreaction. And I taught DoorDash and explained what happened, and they said, that sounds unreasonable. We'll definitely give you your credit back. Would you like to order the same thing? I said, yeah, I'd like to order the same thing. That'd be great. Now I'm scared to not leave a tip. A little bit scared to not leave a tip. I'm a little bit terrified, honestly. This is a one-off instance, by the way. I usually try my best to leave a tip if I have the money. But this is insane. This feels targeted somehow. It's weird. This is weird.
It's not targeted. That's what I was gonna ask next. As far as, so what happens in that case when the dude just throws your stuff? How do you get your money back? Of course you're gonna call DoorDash, but I also want to know what happens to this guy. Is he gets to still run around crashing out? And this is why DoorDash should just solve the problem and pay more, especially with the way things are right now with gas prices and all that type of stuff due to the Iranian issues and Strait of Hormuz and all that type of stuff. Because you're going to get more instances like this where people just crash out because they're not even probably breaking even, especially when you factor depreciation of their vehicle. And this reflects bad on the brand. You got people scared to order now, scared about if they don't leave a tip. When you add that much friction, and especially as this becomes more and more normal and TikTokable, you're adding friction. People are just going to be afraid to actually even use your app.
Since I got jumped in the comments of somebody else video about not tipping DoorDashers, they jumped me. The non-tipping warriors jumped me in the motherfucking comments. But anyway, this is why it pays.
I told you it's a large segment of DoorDashers who, they're like, no, you need to tip. It's because there's so many people doing it.
Warriors jump me in the motherfucking comments. But anyway, this is why it pays to fucking tip. Okay, I get an order. It's about to be my last order for the day. All right, so it's a grocery order coming from Carly C's. It paid like $15, I want to say, and it's only going like 5 miles, and they only wanted like 10 items. So I'm like, all right, bet, I do this. This will be my last one for the day. So I shop the order. I'm headed to the address. The address is a barbershop. It's like on the other side of town, but not far out the way, but it's on the other side of town. So I get there. It's the fucking barbershop. Of course, barbershop closed. No cars in the parking lot. None of that. Lights off in the building. So I text and I'm like, I'm here. I didn't get a reply for like a minute. So then I call and I'm like, I'm here with your order. I was like, you want me to just leave it out front? And he was like, yeah, you can leave it under the carport. So I'm just like, carport? I said, so you didn't mean to get it sent to the name of the barbershop? And he was like, nah, that's my barbershop. He was like, dang. He was like, I'm sorry. Would you mind bringing it to me? And I'm like, well, what's your address? And he told me the address. The address is literally not even a mile from the Carly C's. Like, not a mile. For sure. So I'm just like, all right, bet. Because now I'm like, I need your PIN number. Or whatever, because I'm going to have to complete the order here. And then I'm going to end my dash, and then I'm going to come bring you your stuff. And I said, I promise you, like, I'm not going to run off with your order, which I'm not that type of person anyway. So he gave me the PIN number. He didn't hesitate. He gave me his PIN number. I completed the order, and then I ended my dash, and then I drove to his house. I dropped his groceries on his porch. When he was coming out, kind of gave him the thumbs up. That was it. So we good. But he tipped me $10.75. That was enough for me to still be able to go back and take his order. Like, because I can promise you, I can assure you, if it was one of them motherfuckers that was in the comments of them of that last video jumping the fuck out of me, I would have left they shit right outside that fucking barbershop, because that's what I got paid to do. Like, you didn't pay for nothing extra. You didn't pay for nothing extra. You paid for me to bring your groceries to the address that you put up there. So from now on, make sure y'all tip, because you don't want to fuck up and make a mistake, because at least he got his groceries. And on top of that, after I done end my dash, I done make it all the way home. When I got home, I checked my phone, and he did add another $20 to the tip. So Clock that. Since did a DoorDasher really just message me and ask me to send them an additional tip because I live far away? I'm like 15 minutes from the restaurant that I ordered the food from. First of all, if the order was too far for you, why did you accept it? Second of all, this was a $30 order and I gave them a $10 tip. That's a third of my order. Are you freaking kidding me? And you got the audacity to ask me for more money? And my food was cold. Did a DoorDasher really just...
Well, they wouldn't have any control over your food temperature unless they just brought it that late. But dang, I mean, this is just getting out of control. A $10 tip. A $10 tip. These people are really trying to run it up for real. Like, are you working DoorDash and in your mind, you're like, I'm going to make $600 tonight in 6 hours? What type of tips are people expecting? And see, she was already generous with $10. What can also mess things up is maybe they are used to going to areas where people tip very nicely. People tip very generously. So now it messes your head up as far as what a good tip is. Because I'm going to be real. Shoot, if I give you $10 in a tip, I'm going to be like, I might even keep it cash just so I can hand it to you personally. Because I want to see your reaction. I want to see, yeah, I just made your day, didn't I? And then you're going to be like, looking at me crazy. I would know to keep the $10 tip just because I would want to see your reaction. I do want to see if you're going to be grateful for it, because if I'm handing it to you, I'm going to be looking dead at your face. And if it doesn't look like you're like, I want something celebratory. If it's not celebratory, I'm going to take it back. I'm going to be like, nah. If you're going to be looking at me like I'm the bad guy anyway, I might as well just go the full mile. I might as well just shoot. This $10 will go somewhere else. Shoot, I can carry this over to the next day. If you're not grateful for that, what in the world were you expecting? Do they expect tips? I think it's going to get to a point to where tips are going to be expected to be 75% of the actual order.
$4.75 to pick up a customer's order from Old Navy. Guess how far they were? 8.7 miles. DoorDash, you better tell them. You will probably get someone to deliver that if you raise your price or if you raise that tip. What? $4.75 to pick.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You got full control over whether you go to it. You got control. So, if it really doesn't work for you, just don't take it. I think that also feeds into the entitlement, as far as people will take it and they'll know it's a chance. They'll be like, well, maybe it's a chance they're going to actually tip me personally. But that's exactly what it is, a chance. That means it's not guaranteed. So that means if you're going to take the risk, if you're going to take the gamble, then you got to be ready to just be okay with wherever the chips may fall and may lay.
And when it comes to you DoorDashing motherfuckers, no, I'm not leaving a tip. I'm never leaving a tip, actually. I hate ordering from DoorDash because 99.9% of times I order some shit, it's always fucking wrong. And 9 times out of 10, it's these motherfucking drivers' fault. I just ordered me some DoorDash. I ordered me some tacos. I texted the driver and I said, grab me some extra sauce for my tacos on the way out. Because mind you, at this place where I'm getting my tacos from, they keep the sauce in the restaurant on the counter so you can grab them and go. He said that he talked to the people and they said they was gonna put it in the bag. Mind you, they don't never put the fucking sauces in the bag. So why would my shit come? My sauce is not, I don't have no sauce for my tacos. These drivers don't fucking listen. So why should I waste my fucking money on giving you a tip if you can't do the most simplest shit? Then in the delivery instructions, I say leave it at the door. These motherfuckers banging on my door like they the police and got my damn dog barking like he losing his motherfucking mind. Fuck y'all. And when it comes to you DoorDash and motherfuckers,
why you think they still banging on the door instead of just leaving it? Because she didn't give a tip. So they're like, no, I need a person-to-person exchange so I can look you in your face and still try to apply some type of pressure for you to fork out my money you owe me. It's literally people treated like you owe them money. Imagine somebody, you ever have somebody that you borrow money from or that you let borrow some money, and then it's like you keep watching them. You're like, it feels like you're still attached to them in some way until things are finally all the way square, right? Especially if you give a significant amount in proportion to its significance to you. So imagine a DoorDasher remembering your house and being like, yeah, they owe me money. They owe me. Imagine they remember you. Like, imagine if they actually live in your neighborhood and they see you at Walmart and they giving you the glare like, oh, that's the monk that owe me some money. That's really how they looking at this. And that's why he still didn't leave it at the door. And see, that should actually be a great life lesson. But the entitlement starts to set in. And so you just dodge all accountability of what you did. You didn't follow instructions twice. The first thing she told you to do was grab the sauces yourself personally and put it in the bag. The second thing she said was leave it at the door. For me, that would be like, oh, yeah, that's karma. I deserve that because I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't listening. Be glad if she doesn't give you a bad rating after that. That's what you should really be grateful for, to be honest. But y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why. But if you come across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So it's usually best practice if you want to hype to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video. And also if you want to become a member of the channel as well, the join button's on the video. And what becoming a member of the DXU family will come with is you would get badges next to your comments where it will show people that you are a member whenever you leave a comment, as well as you would get early access to content and also exclusive content that's not available for everyone else on YouTube. So again, if you want to become a member, the join button's on the video. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.